Hello, everybody, and welcome to yet another episode of Recipe for Adventure. I'm Freebie your host, and joining me today is my very good friend Sai. Sai, announce hello.
Announce hello? That's an interesting way to say it.
Yeah, you can announce hellos. You can announce a greeting, I'm pretty sure. I'm reasonably sure you can. That's how words work, right?
No.
No?
But for everyone who's listening, good day to you all, or good evening, depending.
I'll take it. I'll take it as a win. So, I'm going to peel back the curtain a bit. So, Sai asked me to... before we get to that, actually, sorry, I'm taking things out of order. The question of the week. Sai?
Yes.
A couple episodes back, I asked you, what class would you recommend to a brand new player? My question today is, what is the worst class to recommend a player that's new?
I'd probably answer Druid.
Druid, why is that?
Level 1 is not too bad, but they're a dedicated spellcaster at level 1. And then at level 2, they're going to get access to Wild Form, or Wild Shape, and get access to a bunch more stat sheets. And depending on, the situation...
It's just a lot to keep track of.
Yeah, it's a lot to keep track of. And then it's do you want me to print out stat sheets for you? Do you want to print out your own stat sheets? Do you want to keep track of all that? And it just gets... it bloats up pretty fast. And then they have to remember, the number of uses of Wild Shape, as well as the forms they have access to. If they're Moon Druid in particular, they have access to every stat block of beast they've seen, potentially. And so that's just, crazy number of stat blocks. And Druid is a full caster. And full casters are, the hardest kind of characters to learn.
There's just so much to keep track of.
Yeah.
Alright, so I 100% agree with you, and if you didn't say Druid, I would have said Druid. But for the sake of being complete and being devil's advocate and all that stuff, I'm going to say the one I would not recommend is Wizard. Now, we've already discussed the spellcastery side of things, but what a Wizard doesn't have compared to Druid is hit points and armor class and level 3 ability to get more hit points. So it's if you're a new player, you may not realize which spells are the most impactful. I think it's safe to say that level 1 wizard out of all the classes is probably the most fragile. So if you make one mistake, you're pretty screwed, right?
Yep.
Yeah, nobody likes... you may not die in the first session, but if you're new to the hobby and people aren't on the ball per se, which you might not be because, once again, you're new, you could be knocked out first turn combat just from bad luck because, once again, you don't have that many hit points. It could just be an accident. The DM doesn't intend to take you out, he just does, and then you're just spending the rest of the fight just doing nothing unless the healer can get to you. And even then, that's not guarantee, right? I feel with the Druid, at least, yes, it's hard, but there's a good chance that if you make a mistake, you're still playing the game. But with the Wizard, you make a mistake, you're essentially locked out of playing the game for a bit. Yeah.
I would say another good answer would be Cleric.
Clerics are relatively tough, though, so that's not the angle that you're going with. What's the angle you're going with?
The angle I'm going with is Clerics are one of the classes that, at least in the 2014 version of D&D, not the 2024, but they get their subclass at level 1. Oh. And their subclass dramatically changes what kind of cleric they are.
Right, so it's even more to think about compared to the other... Right, yes. I didn't even think of that.
Cleric has a lot of pre-established prejudice as to what someone who doesn't know D&D expects them to be.
He's the heal bot.
Yeah, they're okay, the cleric is just the heal bot. You want me to... You're cleric? You want me to play the heal pot. It's like, no.
I don't want to play the support
Cleric.
character.
Cleric can be whatever the hell they want to be.
But of course, the new player who hasn't done much research may not realize that yet.
Yeah, and it's like you don't want to present them with way too many options right from level 1. Like Sorcerer and Warlock also get their level 1 stuff, but theirs is a bit more tame comparatively.
No, yeah, that's
it's like,
true.
Yeah, it's like with Sorcerer, it's like, ooh, do you want to be like, is your blood from a dragon? Is your blood from this? It's like, that's a little bit easier to answer than which particular god's like theology do you prescribe to?
I didn't even think of that part, because like theology implies law, and it's like you're not just learning the character like mechanically anymore, you're learning the law behind everything, and that can be overwhelming for new player.
Yep.
So okay, so you can have the mechanical. Okay, you know what? I think Druid and Wizard is the wrong answer now. I think it's probably Cleric now is the right answer, now that you've mentioned that part.
Yeah.
Because it's like, it's not just the mechanics anymore, it's the role. Oh, yeah, no, that's a good answer. That could be a bit overwhelming for a new person. I can see it now.
Like, Paladins and their oaths have a similar type of thing.
But they don't get their
oaths until they don't get their oaths straight away.
And you don't necessarily have to be like a paladin of a god. It can be of like a what do you call it?
Your oath can drive you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like vengeance. I am Batman.
Mm-hmm.
Is Batman a paladin, or does he just have paladin levels and like?
Well, depending on your perspective, Batman's not even a paladin at all.
Like
he's usually more.
Rogue.
Well, he's a rogue, or if we're going to duck back further into D&D history, he's a wizard.
Wait, what? How?
Oh, you played 3.5. You know about the Batman build and the Joker build, right?
No, I've never heard of those builds before. What? You know what? Okay. Let's save that topic for another day. We'll save that for
Write that down for a question, and I will get into story time, I suppose.
I'll write that down for ingredients for adventure. How's that sound?
Go for it. I'm fine talking about that type of stuff there.
Okay, ingredients for adventure idea. So I'll put that, talk about the D&D 3.5 Batman / Joker builds. Okay, yep. Okay, so we're going to move back onto this, and previously at the start of this episode I mentioned I was going to pull back the curtain a bit, in that I thought we were done with this map, this palace floors. We've labeled everything from 1 to 23, we've determined what's in each room and what they all do, but Sai wants to add an extra detail somewhere. That's right, we didn't discuss this while you guys were listening to us. Alright, Sai, what's going on?
So, it's not a big detail, it'll be done in and out in like a minute or two.
Okay.
I just want to bring attention to something between rooms 15 and 16.
The buzzsaws. Oh, right, of course. I completely missed that. Oh, okay, so 15 to 16. Yep.
I think fastest way to get rid of it is like, the buzzsaws are shown here. Yep. So what you can say is like, I put it in the room 16 details.
Uh-huh.
That's between from the exit of room 16 towards room 15.
Yep.
There are a couple of buzzsaws that are melted and welded in place, no longer functioning.
Like they've been disarmed. Okay.
Well, disarmed by fire.
And that gives you a clue of what's happening next.
Like you're coming up to someone who uses fire in the future, yes.
Moving from this room to 15, players will see some fire damaged / melted buzzsaws, disarmed traps before a closed steel door. There we go.
Cool. Like, because that was on the map, I wanted to have that little detail, but I like the idea of it's like, this was a trap, but someone ahead of you has disarmed it forcibly. And it's like, okay, nice little detail, nice little foreshadowing.
That's something I want to bring up that a lot of I feel like a lot of D&D modules and adventures don't do enough, and that's uh, unintended traps, which we've kind of made here and there. Traps
Mhm.
that are not working as intended and are working in different ways, like in Room 13, that little Tesla tower in the water. And of course, traps that have already been disarmed. I feel that doesn't happen enough in a lot of adventures. Is that true in your experience, Si?
Uh, there are some like I'm thinking of one example right now where it's like this is this was meant to be something that would work,
Mm-hmm.
but because of its old age, I'm thinking of a module where there's a bridge, an
Yeah.
old bridge deep underground, made by dwarves,
Huh.
but it's so old the bridge is like crumbling a bit,
Mm-hmm.
and it deliberately notes that if enough weight is placed on the bridge,
Yeah.
that section of bridge will collapse.
That's not really a trap, though. That's like.
It's an unintentional trap,
Oh, okay.
but
Yeah, I see. Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Hmm.
but like in terms of like a disabled trap that's causing an issue in another way,
Hmm.
that's a bit more vague,
Hmm.
and I can't think of an example of that off the top of my head.
Okay, so we are being relatively original there.
Yeah, but anyway, I now no longer have to ruin your wondrous plans, and I think we are now properly done with this floor.
So let's go
Un-
to the Golden
until
Dome.
next week. Yeah, let's go to the Golden Dome.
So I kind of want to do something with Thristfield first. So let's have a look. See, Golden Dome, safe area, yada yada. Has Thristfield the Lizard Folk Archaeologist. All right, level 2 in the palace. So I want to say, upon entering, the players will hear a panicked voice coming from a lizard folk wearing a wizard hat and wielding a longsword. Don't come closer, bandits.
Well, actually, doesn't he drop the barrier that was in room 12 after the bandits are defeated?
Right. No, you're right.
That would suggest that he has some way of being aware that we are probably not bandits.
Okay. Here.
Oh, wait, actually, let me check that, because do we disable it? Because it's
No,
like,
no. I think we suggested that the players. Yeah, no, he drops it. I'm pretty sure.
well, let's go check. Let's not break our own campaign flow. Let's make sure we got
Continuity.
it right.
Yep.
Yep,
So it's room 12.
yep.
So let's see, room 12. Despite the puddles, remarkably dry. Warpick Halberd, Sasha, the Burning Empire, Ember, yada yada. She could be dead. You're the sheep people. Yep, here we go. The Wall of Force will disappear once Sasha is defeated.
Yep.
Okay, you're correct. You are correct. Upon entering, the players will see a lizard folk wearing a wizard hat and a longsword sheathed at their hip. They will be smiling and welcome the adventurers. Thanks for getting rid of those bandits. I don't know how much longer that wall of force could have been kept up. That said, before I got here, what was it? A chain devil?
Yeah.
A chain devil did get into the throne room, don't worry. I had a second scroll with a wall of force, and he's trapped down there as well. So we're safe here. By the way, why are you here? And then, of course, like, if players mention the Phoenix Feather, then Hrisfield will nod and say, ah, yes, the ancient texts mentioned that. It's good to get confirmation that it exists. We'll probably need to move it before it blows up the palace. Don't worry, we still have time, I think. There we go.
Yep.
Anyway, so it's a safe area with air and is mostly dry. He'll offer to buy the Scepter Foundations. Will offer to buy any ancient treasure / artifacts from the players. Ancient / historically significant treasure / artifacts from the players. So that will also, like, we don't mention it here, but we'll also include in that, like, the helmet, the bronze helmet, I think it was.
Yeah.
Where's the document for that? Is that in the magic items? No, that's the notable items. Here we go. Do we want him to provide any other services to the players?
Well, I mean, he is providing safety and a merchant. Like, maybe he could sell a couple of healing potions potentially as well.
Can sell up to, let's say, 10 healing potions.
I think 10's a lot. I think maybe restrict to like 4 or 5, with him noting that he wants to keep any extras for himself, just in case.
We'll just say 5 healing potions at market value. Players can roll Insight DC 12 to notice he's holding some back. If called out on it, he won't hide them and just say he wants to keep some for himself just in case. So it's not like he's being deceptive, he's just holding them back.
It's like, I'm willing to sell 5. I have more, but I am willing to sell 5.
Yeah, so yeah, you know what? He's a, what do you call it? He is a historian of sorts. Is that what we called him? What did we call Hrisfield?
He is like a historian, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if we deliberately referred to him as a historian. I think it's more of like we insinuated that he is a historian.
Okay.
Yeah, because he's a museum. He's a museum owner. Because he can give a special IOU from the museum he has.
Okay.
So he's a historian and museum owner.
I will mention as a museum owner. Okay. I do want to play off the museum owner thing / historian, and we'll say, has the ability to identify any items found in Kraken's Pearl
Yep.
without magic. So he can just know. It's like, oh, that's the helmet that. So he won't like say, oh, it does this and this and this. He'll say something like, so, like, let's say the players get the helmet, right?
Mm-hmm.
He'll say, oh, that helmet looks like it belongs down south. That's the style of helmet they would have used down there. Or actually, no, it wouldn't, because the helmet is explicitly stated that he's not allowed to wear that helmet down there. Okay, let's have a look. See. Maybe he gives leads on magic items or something that the players haven't found. Yeah, can give leads to unfound magic items in Kraken's Pearl. E.g., I was hunting down some leads before I got trapped here. Frankly, after all this excitement, I have little, what's the word? Drive.
Yeah.
I have little. There's a synonym for here. What's another synonym for drive? Desire.
Yeah.
Desire to go back out. If you're willing, I can describe some potential locations of magic items around the palace and city. There we go. So this is basically, if the players miss out on things, this is like the backup option.
Yeah, it's like once again, it's not like you go there and do it. It's still optional, but it's like Freshfield's like, hey, just in case you missed it and you still want to try it, here's a couple of places you potentially try to look.
It's like, hey, in the marketplace, I saw an intact golem of sorts, but it wasn't like one of these guardian golems. It seemed peaceful. I think I saw him with a unique magic item, like a staff, or like, oh, the temple. I was gonna try excavate it earlier, but I came here first because the palace, very important. But dwarves often, like the dwarves in Krakenspell, often put treasures in there, so maybe you want to check that out. That sort of thing.
Yep. 100% agree with that. Great way to kind of flesh out the world a little bit extra. And it's like, yeah, from his perspective, it's like, obviously the most valuable stuff will be the palace. So if you're trying to like get history.
So that's why he came here first, and he missed out on everything. He just skipped it all and came here first. So, okay. Do we want to do anything else for the Golden Dome?
Any special maybe mentions of the like the statues potentially?
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah. So they're big. I'm thinking about it. Like, so the previous statues that we've had in room 12, what did we have them as?
They were all warriors, like protecting the way up. I feel like these should be like statues of kings.
Okay. There are 4 statues in each cardinal direction. They are carved from stone and depict dwarven kings. And like, we can have a history check or even Frishfield. History DC, let's say 18. There is a distinct lack of detail in the faces of these statues, implying that the implying that the identity of these rulers were not important.
Oh, yep. That's
Or-
that's a cool detail.
Or that the statues had been reused and re-chiseled each time. If players fail this history check, then Hrisfield will talk about them if prompted. So it only will happen if they ask him about it.
Yeah.
Okay, distinct lack of detail in the faces of these statues imply. There we go, sorry. I just realized grammatically I've done this wrong. Imply that the identity of these rulers were not important, or that the statues had been reused and re-chiseled each time a new ruler had taken the throne. So it's oh, this dwarven king had sunken eyes here, or this one had more of a mustache, so they re-chiseled it, so they kept going until it's hang on, they basically removed all possible way of making it look different, because chiseling takes away from the stone, it doesn't add to it.
Yep.
And obviously they don't care enough to fix it up.
That's actually a really cool detail too. Just the idea that they've been slowly modifying them bit by bit until they basically ran out of stone to do so.
It's that just tells you everything about the society as a whole, to the point where even at the seat of their power, not even their kings care.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I like that.
Alright, do we want to go down to the final room?
I think it's time to descend down.
Whee! Okay.
So,
alright, so let's see what we have in the throne room already. Has a central pillar with glass steps leading down. I don't want to say glass steps. Let's say crystal, because it sounds more fantasy-esque and less fragile.
Yeah.
Spiraling around it, there is only one piece of furniture within the throne room. Around the pillar is a lavish carpet. It's a lavish and surprisingly undamaged carpet. There is almost no water here, but it is hot and steamy, almost suffocatingly so. The feather is in the clutches of a battle-damaged chain devil, surrounded by the wrecks of automated guards. Clutched in its other hand is the scepter of foundations. So they mentioned that they only picked it up. They are not attuned to it, and thus cursed. Once the devil misses 2 attacks in a row, they throw away the scepter and resort to using their usual chain weapon afterwards. So I like the idea at first, but now that I look at it, it just seems like it's one creature that the enemies, the players, have to fight, essentially, and they're just going to surround it and fight it. And in theory, we could just throw more stuff at it, but I'm thinking of adding some sort of environmental thing going wrong to make it more interesting.
Well, speaking of things you can throw their way, at the moment, the Chain Devil variant we're using uses the Infernal Chain.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to know what cool thing the other variant of Chain Devil can do?
No, I don't know. Please tell me.
So, the 2024 version summons an Infernal Chain, which is a cool little binding effect.
Yep, conjure Infernal Chain, yep.
Yeah, the other Chain Devil can animate chains.
Oh.
Turning them into effectively animated objects. Yeah.
You're thinking of
So
adding some chain decals around?
yeah, so animate chains. So I'll just chuck that into the chat. Basically, each animated chain is an object with 20 AC and 20 hit points, resisting to piercing and immune to psychic and thunder. When the devil uses multi-attack on his turn, he can use each animated chain. What I think we could do is, instead of using these rules exactly, we add 4 chains, animated chains already made, that are basically additional enemies that basically do what these animate chains do.
I like that. I like that. Let's do that. Let's do that. Um, question is, where did these chains come from? Like, obviously, the main, like, the obvious answer is they came with the chain devil.
Well, you can literally do a thing where they like unwrap and slither off him like snakes. Because the chain devil is like covered in the chains.
Sure, sure. No, that's the obvious option.
Yeah.
But I have another idea.
Mm-hmm.
What if? So obviously, this is a society that is very sick. What if we do something like this? Are you seeing what I'm putting on the map?
I see a cage, yeah.
What if the chains came from in there?
Ooh. It's like, yeah, they're rusted, old, busted chains
Mm-hmm.
that might have at one point done something crazy. Ooh. Ooh.
If you've got some skeletons tokens and throw them in there, let me see if these ones work. There we go. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Definitely very cool.
And a layer, token layer, and to the front. There we go. So the chains could slip out of the cages.
Yeah.
Okay. So I will mention that. So, battle damage, chain devil surrounded by the Rex. Okay. In front of the stone throne. No. At either side of the stone throne are rusted cages containing skeletal remains of chained up humanoids. There we go. Okay. We will say the chain devil first action will be to animate the chains holding up the skeletons, creating 4 animated chains to fight the party. There we go. Just
Cool.
to, like, it's like a show of force, essentially.
Yep.
So we can just give this ability to him, I guess, and like we don't have to worry about like having the other version in here. I don't think.
Yeah.
Okay, so
we'll need a cool little token for it.
the chains.
But for the time being, one, two. Well, we should probably move the cages to the map layer.
I mean, I'd be okay with them starting inside the cages because they're small enough to slip between the cracks.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I've given them very basic stat blocks. Their actual stats are currently all at 10. I might find out what the animated sword stat block is and just copy that.
I do like the fact that their main attack is like they grapple a creature.
Yeah, they wrap around and just start constricting. The original Chain Devil one that I showed you, they technically do slashing damage, but because these are not like the Chain Devil's chains, bludgeoning makes more sense to me.
Now, I do want to. So, I was thinking for environment stuff, right?
Yep.
Okay. So, lair action. So, lair actions generally are things that benefit the bad guy usually, but for all intents and purposes, lair action in this case is the action of the lair, independent of this guy per se.
Yep. I'm fine with that.
So I'll put in lair action. How are lair actions usually displayed anyways? Do they just type in lair action, this happens every turn, or like roll a d4, this happens, or what?
Usually, lair actions are labeled in their own little section outside the stat block. I like putting them in the stat block, but basically, usually a lair will be like on initiative count 20. One of these three options will happen, and the same option cannot happen 2 times in a row.
Okay.
So if you pick option 1, you have to pick option 2 or 3.
Okay. Lair action on initiative 20. One of the following actions occur. The same action cannot occur twice in a row. So the first one is steam fills the room temporarily, creating a fog, making it difficult to see in front of you. Mechanically, how would I word that?
I'm trying to. Well, I mean, we could actually look at Fog Cloud, right? And see what Fog Cloud does. Because,
yeah.
Fog Cloud is an actual spell.
It's literally a spell.
Yep. So, Fog Cloud. The spheres, it in its area is heavily obscured. And heavily obscured basically just makes it hard for you to see and do stuff.
For one round.
Yeah, so heavily obscured's pretty potent. We might want to go lightly obscured?
Yeah, we don't want to make it so like people are just waiting for things to not happen, essentially.
Yeah, because heavily obscured effectively blinds everyone.
Okay. Actually, on initiative, add 1 counter to the lair and perform one of the following actions. Okay. If the lair counter is at 5, the steam is superheated and everyone takes 1d4 fire damage with an additional 1 point of fire damage for each counter afterwards. There we go.
So, and we're going to build up 1 counter each turn, yep.
Yep. So lair action number 2. Water begins to fill the room. Okay. Equal to the counter in feet. So if it's just 1 counter, it's 1 foot of water.
Okay. I like the idea. Mechanically might get a bit messy.
Do we want to like add like a platform or something like that? So it's like a raised platform, like in the middle even? So don't have to do anything too complicated. Oh, I'll make it a bit darker, actually. Even darker. So, it could look like this, for example. And then we could say, in like the notes or something, this is like a raised platform or something like that.
How big of a raise is it?
Let's just say.
Well, how about this? Because I think that is going to make things mechanically get really awkward very fast.
Okay.
How about water fills the room in a sudden surge, potentially knocking people off their feet before spontaneously evaporating from the heat?
Oh.
So it's basically like the water surges in, potentially bowls people over, and then it like the heat just evaporates it just as fast as it surges in.
Surges in with force. And okay, surges in with force. All right, I'm just trying to think how to word this. Surges in force and evaporates the next turn. For each counter on the layer, the dexterity saving throw to avoid being knocked prone is +1.
I like that. Yeah. And then just say
the original
saving throw. Yeah.
The original throw to avoid being knocked prone is, let's just start with like an easy 8. It's +1. And the third one, what do we want to do with the third one?
Ooh, that is tricky. Like making cooler actions are always like, what do you do, right?
Oh, maybe a gout of flame, like erupts from the ground or something.
Just like an actual fire geyser.
Yeah, because like the Phoenix Feather has been there for so long, just magic decides to go nuts and such like that.
Yeah.
A gout of flame. Okay, let's see. Roll 1d20. Okay, no. Roll 1d20. Okay. A gout of fire appears underneath whichever creature's initiative matches this number. Dexterity DC, let's say 12, to take half damage of 1d6 fire. For each what's the word? For each
matches or is lower than the number.
Matches, I'd say, just to make it seem more random. But like, yeah.
Well, it's just that what happens if everyone's like initiatives for the battle are like 10 and higher? It's never going to do anything, basically.
10 and higher? What do you mean? Like, because no, you roll a d20.
Yeah.
So let's yeah.
Oh, d20. Yeah, but it's like the chances of you actually hitting anything is
minuscule. Yes. However, for each Um, Lair counter. Roll an additional 1d20.
That's the angle you want to go for it. Okay. Yeah, I think that's fine.
Maybe, you know what? Let's make it even more damage. 2d6 fire damage.
Yeah.
So it gets scary. It's like, it's unlikely to hit you, but it gets scary and scary. And does the Chain Devil have, like, resistance to fire?
He is a devil. He is straight up immune to that stuff.
Oh, so he's happy to, like, stick around, essentially.
Yeah, the Chain Devil doesn't have much to worry about.
Mm-mm-mm-mm.
Like, other than getting knocked off his feet, he's basically good.
Mm-mm-mm. Do we want to, like, do anything, like, change any of the lair actions to make it harder on him, or...
No, I think this is good.
Mm-mm-mm.
I like this.
Mm-mm-mm.
Because the idea is, like, the longer the fight goes, the worse things get.
Mm-mm-mm.
Now, let's see. So this Chain Devil at the moment, he is a regular Chain Devil. I have given him a Scepter of Foundation attack,
We do want to give him less hit points, though, because he has been in a fight with all the Treasure Guardians. Because, like, I feel with the lair actions and his, like,
yeah.
like his how difficult he is normally as a challenge rating, it might be a bit unfair to the players.
Yeah, he is strong, but realistically speaking, he's not going to be that strong potential. Oh, depending, because like he resists bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing.
Mm-mm-mm.
Oh, he resists it. He just resists it. Oh, okay. Okay, I was like, he's not one of the ones which is like it's not magical. It's like no, he just resists them all because he's covered in chains. Okay, yeah, no. In this case, reducing his actual HP a little bit might be good.
Alright, let's just say there are 8 treasure golems in here. And let's say they deal d8 damage each to this guy. Actually, let's say 2d8 damage each, because like maybe they get some good hits in. So that would be 16d8.
16d8 is enough to potentially kill him.
Alright, let's do 8d8 then. And let's see where the number lands, shall we?
Yeah, let's go with that. Let's see what we got.
38 damage.
38.
Those guys went down swinging.
Yeah, so that puts him near Half-Life. 47 out of 85.
Do we want to give him anything extra with the Phoenix Feather now that he's got it, actually?
Oh. What if the Phoenix Feather slowly heals him by little bits? Like a d6 hit points per turn or something.
You know what? Not even that. How about it doesn't even do that? It gives him fire absorption.
Oh, so as the room heats up and starts doing fire-based things,
yeah,
it can actually. Because I was going to say, I was going to be like, the Phoenix Feather heals him, not through normal means, but because it welds his chains back together.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, your version of it also works just fine.
So, okay.
So, yeah.
So mechanically,
I'm just going to add Phoenix Feather to his step block.
Maybe make a note in brackets like normally this grants fire immunity, but because the Chain Devil already has fire immunity, it increases it to fire absorption, which I know in base vanilla D&D is not a thing. Like a tiefling with like fire resistance who gets a ring of fire resistance does not suddenly get fire immunity. But I think a lot of DMs just house rule and say, nah, you totally have fire immunity now. Because it just it feels like it makes sense, right?
Yeah, what I've said is while holding the feather, the Chain Devil is healed by fire damage instead of being immune to it.
Oh, instead of being... Okay, yeah, I like the language there.
Yeah, I think that's a good way for people to understand.
Ooh, okay, yes. You know what? Ooh. And the fact that you can get the Ring of Fire resistance earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we'll say Phoenix Feather. Kraken's Pearl Throne Room. This feather, unless sealed away, has... You know what? I have an idea. This feather, unless sealed away, has the same effects as a Calamity Dragon.
Oh, pulling out those terms, huh? Ooh. I like it.
So, like, you can seal it away and it won't do any damage. While held, the feather also gives the wielder, gives their owner immunity to fire damage. If they already have immunity to fire damage, they instead are healed by fire damage. There we go. So I'm just going to put in brackets. What kind of Calamity Dragon does fire stuff? Obviously, because I'm not too familiar with Calamity Dragons, but I know for a fact that you are an expert when it comes to like Calamity Dragons.
So, there's technically two types of fire dragons.
Yeah.
One I have stat blocks for at the moment, and one I do not.
Okay.
The one I do not are the wildfire. I do, however, currently have Volcano Dragon statted up in my own little thing off to the side.
Ooh, okay.
So, do you want to know the Adult Dragon's Heatwave feature?
How does that work?
Creatures within 100 feet of the dragon that are not wearing warm weather gear or have fire immunities must make a DC 10 Constitution save at the end of their turns or take a level of exhaustion.
Ooh.
Creatures wearing metal armor have disadvantage on this saving throw. We
All right.
can reduce the effects a little bit if need be. Because, to be fair, the adult Volcano Dragon is CR 16. I'd be completely willing to be like, it's just a feather, it's like DC 5 con save.
I will say in that case, this effect begins if the feather stays in the same place for a week.
Yeah, just everything within 100 feet of it, just heat wave.
The DC for the saving throw is 5. There we go.
But so, it's like every turn you're near the thing.
So, like, it's been boiling the water around here for, like, a long time.
Yep.
And it's only just been, like, recently moved, as it were.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, that's why everything's gonna go to shit if it stays here for any longer.
The delicate ecosystem that had somehow managed to form has now been destabilized.
Alright, I think we've finished everything we can for this boss fight. And...
Well, first off, what we need to do is, what was this? Did we give this chain devil a name?
Oh. I'm kind of tempted to just call him Chain Devil, but, like, a name would be good.
Well, because he's considered one of the 3 major villains of the devil group. So him having an actual name to throw around, more than just the Chain Devil.
I'm kind of tempted to just call him Link. Just for the pun.
I would spell it Lync.
Lync.
Link.
Ooh.
Like that. Because yeah, we didn't name the Chain Devil back when we were doing the initial brainstorming, did we?
No. Link the Bound.
Oh, Link the Bound sounds actually I like that. Link the Bound.
Ooh. All right. I think we've finished this boss fight. He's got a name and everything. He's even got a sick caption for his boss fight cinematic, as it were.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, everybody, thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, all that usual stuff. And bye-bye.
Ciao.